Professor Njoka has steered Chuka University to be a top quality university in research and education, development and innovation, a fulfillment of the university's mission and objectives. Professor Njoka, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to sincerely applaud the Chuka University management, Senate, staff and students for the shared responsibilities and support throughout the term of Professor Njoka in office in a successful joint leadership and team spirit. Professor Njoka worked harmoniously with all stakeholders and people from all walks of life, and has been one of the highlights for him. Many are now eyeing this success with interest. And at this point, Professor Njoka, let me also echo what has been said by others, that you were fully involved in the development of not only this university, but for the general welfare of the community around Chuka, and particularly in the areas of infrastructure. You did very well, and you supported quite a number of community development projects in terms of health, water, and even in the road network. This is something the community will always remember you for. Professor Njoka has been an outgoing and faithful Vice Chancellor who has tackled issues strategically and energetically. His local and international focus has led to an increased involvement of the university in the partnerships and the collaborations with other allied institutions. He has chaired several of these networks and given the university a more prominent role in Kenya and beyond. His unwavering commitment to quality stands unmatched. Notable milestones during your Vice Chancellorship are uncountable. It is always expected that leadership will come with a lot of challenges, but one would have never imagined that the year 2020 would bring us a global crisis. I must express that being a leader during this period was and still is very difficult and taxing. The coronavirus pandemic has been an epic test of character and a determination for millions of people around the world. For us, it has been an ultimate leadership test. To the council, management, and the staff, I would like to say congratulations for passing this test. Your resilience and determination to serve the university fraternity continue to thrive during this period. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe and trust the mentorship Professor Njoka has done to ensure that his vision and project started will be fulfilled. I wish to reiterate the University Council's commitment to provide full support to the change management process to ensure a smooth transition and normal business processes. You have mentored many who have gained a deeper realization that leading a university is an exercise in responsiveness, impact assessment, humility, and courage. Indeed, whatever that has a beginning has an end, and whatever the Lord has begun shall surely come to a successful end. Well done, Professor Njoka, as you hand over the mantle to the incoming acting Vice Chancellor. It may not be easy to follow Professor Njoka's style of leadership, but I have no doubt that Professor Dorcas Isusa is up to the task. I would like to thank you for the handing over and all the good working relationship you have built and sustained with the university fraternity. You have shared your wealth of experience, seriously, but often with a twinkle in your eye. You really have done everything you could to give Njoka'S University an understanding of what it involves. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my sincere hope that under the able leadership of incoming Vice Chancellor Professor Isusa, Njoka'S University will continue to be a university that is well governed, a university that is financially sustainable, a university that promotes innovative teaching and learning, a university that is research-driven, a university with a conducive learning and a living environment, and a university with adequate and motivated staff. Professor Isusa, I'm raising the bar even slightly higher than what Professor Njoka has left. And I'm doing this because I know you're able. You have been mentored by Professor Njoka and you know what to do at any given moment. We have been able to support all the initiatives and programs and projects which Professor Njoka has been able to undertake. And the Ministry of Education has come out strongly to support all his programs. And I want to take this opportunity to be able to also promise you that we will give you even more support as a ministry so that you can be able to undertake all your programs and the development projects. My wish to you is first and foremost to be able to complete all the projects which are incomplete and were started by our former outgoing Professor Njoka. Then when you complete that, then probably you'll be able to set priorities in your agenda of development. Many times when you have a changeover of management, you find that there are some friction of the ongoing projects which were made by the previous and the incoming, but you want to believe that you will see continuity in the good things Professor Njoka was able to lay out in this university. And therefore, you get all full support from the Ministry of Education. As I conclude, this being a public institution, I wish to encourage the incoming Vice Chancellor Professor Njoka'S Isusa to continue working closely with the government and the key stakeholders on all matters affecting the university. I was delighted by one thing which was mentioned by Njoka'S chairman. I know the Njoka'S very well, I worked with them. There was a time I was on duty in this region of Meru as a county commissioner, and I know when they promise to support you, they mean it. And they are very strong community institution. And I think when I heard that, I said, you are already ahead of the rest, Professor Isusa. So work with though, and I'm sure you'll find your work very easy in the management of this university. Ladies and gentlemen, I say thank you and may God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nabuki, the representative of our principal secretary. The chief guest, Dr. Julius Rotich, allow me at this stage now to invite our outgoing Vice Chancellor, Professor Erastus Njoka, to make his speech and address his people. Welcome, Mr. Njoka. Welcome, Professor Njoka, to the class. Professor.
you very much. Bwana asifiwe. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Mimi ni mhubiri, nitafanya kazi ya ugavana na ninahubiri na nitafanya kazi hii. Asante sana. God is good all the time because it is his nature. Asante sana. Ni mimi ninaitwa Professor Njoka ambaye amekuwa the founding vice chancellor. Sio vice chancellor, founding vice chancellor wa university hii. Our representative of the principal secretary, Minister of Education, State Department of University Education and Discharge, Mr. Ndambuki, Chairman of Chuka University Council, and members of the council, Dr. Rotich as the chairman, the acting vice chancellor of Chuka University, Professor Isusa, the principal of the Raka University College, Professor Peter Muriungi, the CEO, Commission for University Education, Professor Mwenda Ntarangwi, the representative of the County Commissioner, the Raka Nili County, Mr. Nkandunda Haribae, the Chuka University Management, led by the acting vice chancellor, the Senate of Chuka University staff, students, Jolicheke elders, friends of Chuka University, my fellow, I was a vice chancellor, they are here and I'm very happy to see them here. David Gichue, the VC of Kemu, Professor Kioni, the VC of Dedan Kimathi, University of Science and Technology, the VC of KCA, Professor Kidiki, who I employed in Igadon University one time, Professor Peter Muriungi. I have repeated him again in that category of vice chancellors. Then the community of Chuka and the entire Republic of Kenya. Good morning. I have a 1 year who cooks for me. In fact, he gets a lot of hard time because I most of the time go very late. Where I see, can see there's a hand. Thank you. I would like to take this opportunity to start by thanking the government of Kenya for appointing me as the Vice Chancellor of Chuka University sometimes back in 2013, and for bringing the university here. Chuka University is a government project located in Chuka. It is for the whole country. I always like mentioning that so that everybody knows that this is the place to be. I would like to say that we are here today because I want to become a politician. There is no vice chancellor who is not a politician. And before I talk, I'll ask Professor Kioni to come here and greet the congregation for 1 minute. Professor Kioni, he is a great man. I don't want to go into politics, but the brother is the Secretary General of Jubilee Party.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Njoka'S said maybe my chancellor is a politician. Let's go on say my brother is a politician. But I keep the narrow. I'm a vice chancellor. And I'm here because we have had a long journey with Professor Njoka'S. So I came to celebrate in a way his achievement. And I say that because Dedan Kimathi University and Chuka University were declared constituent university colleges the same day. And we have had share a lot from when this institution was really, really small to the gigantic being that it is today. So I came here because when I know I have been aware that he's moving out. I came because I say I have to come and be part of this very important celebration. This university, for us in university management, take it as a kind of model. We always check who is doing what and who is doing the business that you're supposed to do in a good way. And we started there, and we learn from there. And we have learned a lot from this university. The way it has worked in the community, the way it has grown, the way it has had influence across the entire country. So we are proud of you, and we are very happy with what you have done. And I can only imagine what will happen when you take the same mindset to the leadership of the country. I can only imagine you do that because you're going to have a great place at any country. So I'm here to wish you well, and I'm here to also welcome my sister, Dr. Susan. We have a number of MOUs with the Njoka University, so we look forward to continue to work together. And without doubt, we should be able to take this university to a completely new level. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Kioni. He has also done a great job at the Njoka University, and he is one of our role models. Today, we are in Njoka University, a transformed place, and we are here today because the Vice Chancellor has decided to not to retire, is to resign. Professors retire at the age of 75 years, and they are very far from there. So I have retired, not really retired, resigned from the position of Vice Chancellor, but I am still a member of Njoka University. Those are two different jobs. Now I would like to say that I am very grateful to the board, I have mentioned it, to the Council of Njoka University. This is the Land Council. I am also very grateful to the community of Darakaniti, specifically Njoka, for giving us land to do a lot of work. It was a big risk to give people land, because sometimes if they give people land, they pocket it. They make it their own enterprises. But the Wazens told me that we need your father. He has never done anything wrong to anybody. So we will give you this land. If you want to throw it away, do anything that you want with it. It was out of the trust of my father that the church gave out this land. It was not very easy. It was a struggle. And also the community trusted me, and they gave us another 500 acres. Where we are, we have about 50 acres. So they gave us 500 acres, and another group not far from here gave us 73 acres. So we have over 600 acres at a very congested place because of the trust people had. In fact, when I went to Nairobi and he told me Mudaura that we are going to have a university in Njoka, he told me it was impossible because there was no land. But because of the goodwill of the people, everything was possible. We ended up with very many acres, about 600. Now, I would like to say that politics is something very complicated. Politics comes from the one policies. A politician is a policy maker, and is not a person to destroy. But when it came to Africa, Africans called it siasa, another game, and it was not meant for that. A politician is supposed to be a policy maker. Now, after looking at what was happening in this nation, I looked at it and it seemed that things were not good. There's one singer who said that sita simama maombi yakitendeka. Is there anybody who knows about it? Sita simama maombi yakitendeka, Niko tayari kulipa gharama. Alisema hivyo. Ako tayari kulipa gharama. Even as I stand here, I found that there was a lot of wrong things going on in our county. I am just mentioning our county. And the university was here to make people think well. So I want to be now the VC of the Rakani. So that everything is clear. Because it is very wrong for a Christian to just watch bad things happening. People becoming very poor. No project is going on. So that is what has propelled me to go into politics. And I know I will be supported by people, yourselves, and I will sail through. So that during the next graduation, I will start here as the governor. Now, I would like to say that the one governor is not a really big name. It may not be bigger than a vice chancellor. Because you can be a governor, but you can't be a vice chancellor. It is a long process to be. That's why I'm saying my council has been doing me very well, but I found that I am the only person who is giving. I want to do work that will benefit the whole community, and people will keep on rejoicing. If I go back, I would like to say that we inherited something that was not there. We started with our polytechnic, which had nothing, but insisted that we have a campus in Chuka. Let us see how far you will go. I told him now, I have been given the responsibility, and I will do the work. And I started, and God was with me, with the management, with the council, and we made very long strides. In fact, unimaginable. Now, I would like to say that Chuka University has succeeded because of certain principles. And I thank God that I have been here for many years. It is an ideal case whereby my students never rioted at even one day. My staff never rioted even a single day. I never missed money to pay their salaries. Of course, the politicians have been coming in one way or the other, but they found nothing wrong with me. Now, I would like to say that we have a tradition which is here. And that tradition has made Chuka University alumni or Chuka University former students to get jobs very fast. We have to have two principles, and the Jews do it like that. Behave national, act local. When other people are jumping in Nairobi saying that we want this and this, I know them never attack my university. Jump there, but when you come here, deal with your cases. We have a man of men telling people how they beat their wives, but when they go home, they don't touch them. So, if you are a fool, you will go and destroy whatever you are. I told them, if you do that, we will succeed. And it happened. The universities that were involved in every strike are now in trouble. But because my staff listened, even my students, we went on very well. There is another principle that we use as our tradition. It is this: behave government and act private. Don't come to Chuka University and work as a government officer. Even sometimes back, I remember when Moy said that he wanted to introduce the private behavior in government functions or in government activities, and they are brought people from the private. Why? Because if you are a private person and you are not creative and you are not hardworking, unless you start stealing, you can never get any income. So here my people work very hard. They are not guided by the number of hours, 8 to 5. They even go beyond. And I would like that spirit to remain. That's why we have progressed, and I believe we will continue like that. Now, I would like to say that this place has been transformed, and I know it can go on and be transformed more because we have very good people who I have worked with. Let us not fear what will happen because the university is with the able people. The acting vice chancellor, if I may tell you, when I was in Egerton and I was the dean, I saw a person who was working very well, and I recommended her to the vice chancellor, Professor Martin, to become a COT, that is to become a chairman of the department. When I came this week, I told her to come and help me to do work here. And there she is. She's not a new person to me. I know her very well. Now, I would like to mention that if we have to succeed, we have to do several things. The universities are in trouble as far as finances are concerned. All universities, they don't have a lot of cash. The money has to be used to grow them. And the universities have to look for money. Even Njoka'S, if I may say, we pay 100 million as salaries here, and then we pay 150 million to the contractors. Though this is a very hot seat, the vice chancellor has looked for 250 million per month to make sure that things go on well. You have to go even to parliament. There's a time when Njoka'S was given very little money, and I had to go to parliament. The time when Kaimeni was the minister, I went there, found Muturi, found Kidiki, and found another gentleman who was a clerk. I asked them, where were you when Njoka'S was being given this little money? So the Muturi said that it is not possible. You know, in government, if you start getting little money in an institution, it follows like that. I asked the three gentlemen, Bundi he was clerk of the National Assembly, our chairman worked with him. One time I asked them, why are you seated in parliament when Njoka'S is dying? So I was given 150 million extra because of that. And I went to parliament. So it was not easy. All of us have to work very hard and look for money. Right now, we don't have people with the C class who will pay for education. We have people who are coming for certificate and diploma. Those are the people who should fill the university so that they transit after diploma to degree. Otherwise, the university won't have a lot of money. There are many ways of investing. We have Kaideni Farm. We have a campus in Nairobi which is yet to start. It is a task that will be done by our people, and we will succeed. Now, I would like to thank the President of the Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, for doing a lot of good things to us. President Kenyatta gave us the Njoka'S University rules. And those people are going to wait for me at Njoka'S, not that they are boycotting. That's why they are going that way. It's good for you to know. I told him, I invited him, and I told him, Njoka'S has become a paradise, the university, but it's surrounded by a ghetto. So he came here, and I used the word, we have to celebrate 100 years. We convinced the president that he came here, he gave us money for the roads in Njoka'S. So we are very grateful. When the students go to Njoka'S, they find a very nice city because of that help from the president. The president gave us the Raka University College. I went to State House with the Njoka'S elders from the Greater Men. I was the chairman of Amen Professionals Association. We went to State House with them without a single politician. Because if we went with a politician, they would have turned the story. They would have started asking for other things. So I never went with them. Professor Mujungu was there. We went, give the president only one assignment. The Njoka'S no here. We told him we want a university in Dhaka. Then he said, yes, I am going to give you that university. And he gave us, but we didn't have any money. When I went to the ministry, there was no money. When I came back to the university had no money. So we did an Arabic. I don't know whether you have ever heard of being a government institution doing with an Arabic. We did our lobby, got money. From there, our chairman and the council supported us, and the Tharaka University College went up. We used over 200 million from Njoka'S University. Now we are glad that it is there, and the president promised that after 2 years from the time when we were there, you would come and open. So it is a task that has been left undone. The CEO of Commission for University Education is here. So I request him to go and fulfill that promise. In fact, things are hanging in my office. He is my friend, and I know he will do it. So that we have that university. The president also said that we will make Chogoria campus a university college. In fact, it declared in Ambarasa. We are also waiting for help from Professor so that it becomes a university college. Now, apart from that, the president gave us another great favor. We went with the chairman of the council and the chancellor to his office in Nairobi and told him we have 500 acres of land in Kaireni. And the place was in Passago, 23 kilometers from here. He gave us money, 1.3 billion, to put a tap. And that road is there. It's a highway. They have almost finished. Even the contractor was asking me to write a letter to Kera so that it can be extended to another town called Kajuki, because there is some money remaining. They have not utilized the 25% about the valuation, and I have already written a letter. Although now I am not busy, I am a commoner. And I know it will happen. So we are very grateful for the president. We want to be thankful when something has been done. I know you will do great things for us in the future. Now I would like to say that there are certain things I will request the university to do. I am the founding father. If you throw away the founding father, I can tell you that you can never succeed. Because everything you are seated on, you are seated on him. It's like the Republic of Kenya. Jomo Kenyatta was our president. He sat on it. We saw a university came throwing away the former vice chancellor, the one who created everything. Now they are in shambles until they break in court. And the man died. It will not be easy. I'm saying the truth. We saw it in Kenya, in the very university. The vice chancellor, the person who started the university was called Professor Kaburu. I am saying it so that people hear. Professor Kaburu started the university. When he reached our place, he was chased away. In fact, he used to come here with no petrol, and I used to give him fuel. When he left with the hand. He is now languishing at home. And he came, Mary University College has to go to Kaburu and tell him sorry, because he is languishing and they are sitting on him. So I am trying to tell our council never to sit on the founding man. Because they are going to be present. But now, I want to say that I have left Njoka'S University with blessings. So, unless they want to destroy the blessings. So, it is good to say that. Now, I would like the council and the vice chancellor to do the following. There are certain projects that I have started, and they are very important. Please never question them. One, finish the projects that I have started. They are very, very around with the CS money. Number two, avoid politicians unless Professor Njoka'S. Because he is the founding father. You know what politicians do? They pretend to be your friends and they exaggerate what they see. And they destroy the institution. I have never accepted them. My lawyer is here, Brian Otieno. Can you stand up, Brian? I have many cases. Politicians buying documents from the university in order to destroy the university. Going to the auditor general, but you have never done anything wrong, and being chased. If you let them here, they will pretend to be your friends and destroy this university, and we don't want that. Now, I had a project of buying the helicopter. I never made it because of one or two council members, and I was the one who was to look for money. I would like the council to look at that question of buying an helicopter. Right now, I'm going to Dhaka. I could have used it. And I am going to buy. I was always looking for money. I am not accusing the country, but I am saying that something. The other one is establishment of a pension scheme. Sugar University needs to delink from Megaton. Because you are going to pay the statutory deductions. It is Sugar University that pays. They have not been paying for 2 years, and still we are there. So when I say let us have for sugar, let us have it. Number 3, establishment of Raka University College. The Raka has done very well. They have not let us down. Let us support them. Even if it means going to State House to ask for it so that we can have it. Then the establishment of Sohoria University College. Even that one is a task which is there. Now, I would like to say that I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. May God bless me and bless you. When Moy was leaving the office, he was a very wise man. He said one thing, kama nilikosea mtu, nimemsamehe. Na kama ulinikosea, nimekusamehe. God bless you.
Another round of applause for Professor. Thank you very much, Professor, for those words, that review, and that presentation. Chief guests, at this juncture, now I wish to call upon you as our chief guest, Dr. Julius Rotich, to come and give his speech and then preside over the handing over ceremony of the instruments of the power of the university from Professor Njoka to Professor Isusa. Karibu, Chairman. Karibu. Clap for Chairman. Thank you. Thank you.
Is it still morning or is it afternoon? Still morning. Forgive me, it's already afternoon. Good morning. Yes, our representative from the ministry, Dr. Frederick Ndambuki, representing the PS, Pastor Simon Atukwesi, our outgoing Vice Chancellor, Professor Erastus Njoka, and your spouse, who is also a professor, the acting Vice Chancellor of Chuka University, Professor Dorcas Isusa, the Chief Executive and Secretary of Q, Professor Narangi, the County Commissioner Representative, Mr. Kaduna, members of the management and the Senate of Chuka University, the principal and deputy principals of Taraga University College, the deans, directors, CEOs, CODs, HODs of Chuka University and Taraga University College, all invited guests in your various distinguished capacities. Specifically, I want to really thank the Vice Chancellors of various universities and their representatives who actually came here for this very important occasion.
staff, students, and alumni of Chuka University, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. You know, after this great man has talked, it is very hard to talk again, especially because he has turned to be a very serious politician. I think don't underrate Professor Njoka. He's a very serious politician. I want to say we are here because we are witnessing a very special occasion whereby a very important person is leading the management of this university to go and work for the people of Karanga University College. This is not just a ceremony, handing over ceremony. It is a celebration. Because if you look around, even if you are not a very good person, you will actually be happy because of what you see. There are very few people like Professor Njoka. And we want not to allow them to go very quiet, but to be given an opportunity to actually say something so that they can advise others. And this is why I want to thank the council, the management of this university, the staff for organizing this occasion. I want to thank the council members of Chuka University who are here, because these are very special men and women. They work very hard, they give advice, they give guidance, they work on policy. We do not interfere with the management of the day-to-day activities of the university. And I want to thank them because they have never done that. Professor Erastus Njoka, as he has told me, is a great man. He actually left a very serious university, Egerton University in those early days, to come and work on a camping ground, which has now become a great place, and we call it Chuka University. I'm told when he came here, he was given a very old pickup. In fact, one day I saw it and he told me that is the pickup I came up with. And he has done a good job. I have talked to the then Vice Chancellor, Professor Hesra Monchi, and he has told me so much about this gentleman, that he saw in him somebody very special. And that is why he agreed to sacrifice his position to make sure Chuka University was going to be started as a campus. Suddenly, he was actually removed from his Vice Chancellor's position because he stood very firmly for this university. And as he moves around, he's a very proud man. The other day he came in and he was very, very impressed by what the team has done. So, Professor, I would like to tell this big crowd here that what you have said in the last hour now is true, and it is something that others should emulate. When he told us that he was actually leaving, we were worried. But we thought he was joking, like Professor Ndarawi said, and also the others were saying. Others will just come up, declare they want to stand, and then after a while they chicken out when things become very serious. But we have seen our own former Vice Chancellor soldiering on, and is very serious. On behalf of the Council of Chuka University, we want to thank this gentleman for what he has done for the university and the county and the country. He has done so much. Even his requests when he was actually leaving, they are genuine requests. They are not selfish request. You know, there are others who will ask for impossible things, but he's a very simple person, very prayerful, a man of God. He's not praying only during the day, he also prays even when he's alone in the night. Sometimes I advise him, because he's my friend, that he's overworking himself, because he has worked so hard for this institution. When others are going home to sleep or to rest, he is very busy working very hard. At some stage, I actually feared for his health, because even if you are here at about 10, 11, even midnight, you'll just find him in the office. But he said he was used to it, and he worked very hard. If you ever sat next to Professor Njoka'S in a meeting and he's dozing, it is not because he's not interested. It is just his way of catching up with this. And I've lived with it. Sometimes we go to very serious meetings, and sometimes a few minutes I find him he's dozing, and I hang around to cover him to make sure that. But that is his nature. When he wakes up, he knows everything that is being said. I will not ask him. So if he became our governor and he dozes, let's understand he's very hard worker. So I don't want to repeat the many things that have been said by the former speakers, but all the things you have said are wonderful things. They are things that we would like to emulate, to benchmark, and to thank God, because He has enabled this gentleman to have a working team which has delivered what we see today. I have a written speech here, but really I would have liked to speak out of this speech because it would have been better. But I will read the speech so that I don't have to repeat myself. But I want to start by saying what the outgoing Vice Chancellor has requested will actually be honored. We shall make sure that the management will manage finances the way it has been managed when Prof. Njoka'S was the Vice Chancellor. We shall also make sure as a council that his name will be honored, because he has done a good job and he has delivered. If he was a joker, we would not honor him. But because of what he has done for this university and this community, we shall honor him. We shall also make sure that all the projects which are ongoing will be finished. We are happy because the acting Vice Chancellor, Njoka'S, is a close associate of Professor Njoka'S. They work together in Ichato, they came here together, they started from scratch, and other professors, including Professor Waida, who is our acting Vice Chancellor, and others. These people have worked very hard to get this university to where it is, and they will not allow it to actually go down just because one of their colleagues is exiting to go and perform other duties. So these projects which have been started will be finalized. Yes, about politicians, I keep on telling people, especially my fellow Kenyans, I worked in Tanzania for 6 years. And the way they relate to one another is very different from the way we relate as Kenyans. We are very individualistic. We always would like to step on others so that we succeed. I would like to request that politicians should not be seen to be bad people. The politicians are people who are supposed to help us come up with policies, laws, represent the people, legislate, and help the people to move forward. As Kenyans, I think it's high time we should start electing serious people to be our politicians, to lead us. And I think we have quite a number at the moment, and they are doing very well. And for those of us who are getting into politics, please, politics is not a dirty game. It is the way we try to portray ourselves as politicians by cheating and mismanaging resources and so on. So I think we shall ask our own Professor Njoka to go outside there and make a difference so that others can continue to take part. So I think we will not allow politicians, we have not allowed them to come and play around it. So Professor Susan, as the leader of your team, we would like to invite them only when it is necessary, because they go all the way to the top. As with respect to our own governor in waiting, we shall invite him when it is fit to invite him, so that others do not start thinking that he's still running the university on his outside. But he's a good man, we shall always invite him. We hope when he gets to that office, he will fulfill what was promised by the government of making this pavilion be a beautiful place. We shall remind you when you sit in that office, because it was built from the office of the government. So it was not possible. So, but I think that one we shall follow it together. With respect to pension scheme, staff pension scheme, there's some steps have been carried out. And yesterday, I'm happy to say the council has approved a new pension scheme for Chuka University. Yes, because we checked, we found that there are only 3 institutions who are still paying on time, and Chuka University is one of them. The other one is our own college, Taraga University College, and the TPA University. Only 3. The others were not remitting the resources. One thing I don't want to say before I should forget is, under the leadership of Professor Njoka'S, this university has never been late in remitting what is supposed to be remitted to various institutions. They have always paid salary on time, and all the deductions have been remitted to their relevant, destination. And I want to thank the outgoing Vice Chancellor and his team for a work well done. It is a wonderful, because if you are paying salary and you have deducted somebody's money, you must make sure that you remit it to where it is going, because it doesn't belong to you. And you have done a good job, and I hope the new management will continue doing that. We shall continue supporting our college, Taraga University College, and all the other campuses. The heads of those institutions are here. Professor Munyumbi, we always support Taraga University College. Even when you don't have a council, we always ask how you are doing. We spend some few minutes to find out whether there's anything we can do to help to move. I'm happy because our friend, Professor Ndirangu, is here. I know he's not the one to decide, but at least his institution can help us to move forward, so that Taraga University College can have their own charter. We also would like to request the government to speed up the appointment of the council, the renewal of the council of Taraga University College, so that they can transact business without any problem. We shall continue following up on presidential directive affecting our own campus, Igembe campus, which was actually directed to be upgraded to a university college, and also to college. And we are continuing to do work to make sure facilities are there so that they can be used by our own people. Allow me now quickly to read this speech so that I can save on time, because my former Vice Chancellor tells me he has got a very tight schedule and he has got to rush to continue with these campaigns. I'm greatly privileged to participate in this handing over ceremony, which I have said is a celebration, for the outgoing first Vice Chancellor and Professor of Animal Production, Professor S. Erastus Njoka'S, and the incoming acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Dorcas Isusa. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to welcome Professor Isusa as the acting Vice Chancellor. I congratulate you, Professor, for being appointed to act as the Vice Chancellor of Njoka University. This is not a small achievement. You are stepping into the shoes of a great person, and you have really to work hard, and we believe you can do that. I'm very confident that you are equal to this enormous task, and you shall ensure that much is achieved with your short tenure as acting Vice Chancellor until we get another Vice Chancellor. Appreciation to the founding Vice Chancellor and first Vice Chancellor. The Njoka University strategic objective to build a premier institution would not have been achieved without the hard work, unwavering determination, and commitment by the founding Vice Chancellor. Professor Erastus Njoka has diligently served the university for 17 years since inception from a campus of HW University. That is not a short period, 17 years. That is a long period and hard work. He successfully steered the institution into a fully fledged chartered university, which has adopted international best practices. Congratulations, Professor Njoka, because you have shaped destinies of many students who have gone through this fast-growing university. I've met many of them outside here, and they talk well of this university. So I think you have done a great job, and we shall continue doing so, because you didn't do it alone, you did it as a team with your colleagues. The smooth executive transition. As it was said before, many others do not actually even like to be seen to be handing off. But you yourself, you say you didn't want to exit quietly. You wanted to do it publicly. And we also requested the management to make sure that they prepare, and we do a small ceremony so that you can actually exit, when everybody is here. And we are happy we are here today. A time has come eventually for this transition of leadership mantle. This is indeed a memorable moment that we are witnessing at Njoka University today. This is the first time we are doing it, and we want to do it right. We want to send our only Vice Chancellor with his head high, and with thanksgiving, and we ask God to bless him wherever he goes. Our Moses has to hand over the leadership mantle to our church. I invite all stakeholders, faculty, and staff to work together and support the new acting Vice Chancellor in the delivery of our mandate to achieve the university vision and mission. On behalf of the government of Kenya, we assure the university management of our unreserved support and goodwill at all times. Our president expects entities owned by the government to promote and accelerate economic growth and development, and drive the social and economic transformation of our country. This can only be achieved if such institutions and entities follow proper corporate governance principles. Ladies and gentlemen, to support the university, the Council has continued with its mandate of ensuring that the university achieves our vision through development and implementation of policies, regulations, and guidelines. We have noted that the Njoka University 2017-2022 strategic plan has been implemented successfully over the years, and we have achieved key results, and we are happy. We shall request Professor Njoka as he goes outside there. There are some projects which he started for the university, but they are also good for the community of Tarangani. And if he can extend them, it will be a good thing, especially making sure that water is available for all the citizens of this county. Chuka University's notable achievement under the leadership of Prof. Njoka. I think it is good to highlight them because they are very important and they are not few, they are many. When it was established as Eastern Campus of Egerton University in 2005, the institution had only 24 students. Today, Chuka University, which lies on the scenic slopes of Mount Kenya, stands tall amidst universities established before it, with an impressive population of over 18,000 students. Immediately after Chuka University became autonomous in 2013, the management set up an elaborate master plan that has significantly transformed Ndagani into a thriving college town with a 24-hour economy. When you are coming this way for the first time, you will not miss Chuka University. When I was first appointed chairperson and I was traveling alone throughout here, I had no problem locating Chuka University. I only asked once, and I was told once you reach Chuka town, you will see the university. And I didn't ask another question. I came, and when I reached Chuka town, I saw the university. And I came straight here and met with Professor Njoka, and it is a wonderful thing when you don't hide the good things. Among the key ongoing capital projects is the construction of a 10-story post-modern library, phase 2, worth Kenya shilling 1.6 billion, and now 15-floor signature administration faculty of law complex, worth Kenya shilling 1.4 billion. When complete, the administration complex, which will have a helicopter helipad to port, will be the symbolic face of the university. It will also change the skyline of Chuka town and the Eastern Kenya. This university is also constructing a male students hostel in the cost of Kenya shilling 1.3 billion, and a value additional food science and technology complex in the cost of Kenya shilling 300 million. Phase 1 of the male students hostel worth Kenya shilling 700 million. Business school complex worth 395 million. Science tuition complex worth 220 million. And the media studio with Kenya shilling worth Kenya shilling 112 million are complete. The university is working in partnership with Kennedy International Management Institute and the Israeli government to develop an agricultural research center on the 500-acre piece of land at Kaireni. When I first came here, it was a bush. There was nothing on the ground. 4 years later, it's a wonderful project. And for those of you who have time, you can visit and see for yourself what the university has done under the leadership of Professor Njoka. Under Professor Njoka's leadership, Chuka University commissioned 2 ultra engines worth Kenya shilling 70 million. The 2 fire engines, including a rapid intervention period, serve the university and the community, including the neighboring counties, to ensure that residents do not lose life or property due to fires. So far, this service has been given extended free of charge. Maybe in future, we might have to come up with a policy on how we can actually share costs on this particular, maybe with the county government. Professor Njoka'S state project is the ongoing shilling 7.5 billion, 13-story state-of-the-art science and technology research park. It is being built in phases. The park will become a center of research and innovation. The university has already acquired modern equipment for the park, which promises to be one of the most advanced in Africa. It will be a major incubation and entrepreneurial research center. Construction is scheduled for completion within the next 2 years. The park is expected to play a key role in Kenya's realization of the Vision 2030 and the Agenda 4. Companies aiming to have an edge in technological advancement will conduct a research here in the field. The park will have sophisticated machines for high precision experiments and will make Kenya a premier innovation hub. To help talented students get hands-on experience, Chuka University launched a radio station. The educational 24-hour radio station broadcast at a frequency of 98.8 FM that can be heard across 8 counties. To ensure this meteoric rise continues, Chuka University, which is an ISO 901-2015 certified, has continued to invest in and recruit highly qualified and experienced faculty, technical and administrative staff. And we shall continue attracting and recruiting high quality members of staff. As a way of giving back to society, Chuka University collaborates with the local community in various corporate social responsibility programs. And this is a natural thing because the community here has really helped this university to grow to where it is. They have continued to support the staff and the students, and we thank all the commission and the security team for actually what they are doing to make sure this is a safe place and it is a place where we are happy. Whenever I interact with students who are already here from our own counties, they are very happy with what is going on in Chuka. So let us continue. We thank the community and we shall continue working to make sure we work together. Under Professor Njoka'S leadership, there are notable CSR initiatives that have been undertaken to uplift the livelihoods of the community. These include, but not exhaustive, footbridge at Mbui, bitumen and access roads, milk processing plant, location of an upgrading of the Chiefs camp, Kaireini irrigation dam is a very big dam. Donation of COVID-19 materials such as face masks, sanitizers, and washing equipment, soil testing scanners to improve food production. Planted over 1 million tree seedlings, and donated 8 million in the Raganidi alone and the neighboring counties. Business ships donated water pipes, constructed a pollution block at Kiangudu for improved sanitation, training of over 2,000 boarders on road safety, because they carry our staff and students, so we make sure that we shall actually get involved. Donation of food supplies to the needy and elderly. We find that there are so many elderly people in this county, and we have been actually intentional through CSR supporting them. Chuka University in Ndagani Model Primary School, spraying, and then of course we have a health facility also there in Kaireini, spraying of pesticides in over 300 houses affected with bedbugs to improve health. Sometimes they look small, but they are very important because there are people who are not able to help themselves. And this university has stepped in and they have really provided this service. Ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of time, I'm not able to enumerate all the milestones achieved under Professor Njoka'S leadership. He has done a lot to build Chuka University, not forgetting the leadership and the mentorship he has cascaded to the entire Chuka University fraternity. Many of these young men and women will attest to this, and they will confirm that this gentleman has done a lot to change their lives. As I conclude, I wish to acknowledge the University Council and management for effective mobilization of resources, which have helped greatly in enhancing competitive academic programs and hiring of competent staff. We commend you also for ensuring smooth transition of leadership from Professor Erastus Njoka to Professor Dorcas Sousa. I'm highly grateful to the University Council for always supporting the university management. I also appreciate the Senate, the staff, the student leaders, continuing students, alumni, parents, guardians, donors, community at large, clergy, elders, and all stakeholders for their continued invaluable promotion of Chuka University brand to the current status, despite the many challenges in the past, including the current COVID-19 pandemic outbreak. Professor Njoka developed Chuka and is now exiting, leading it as an institution capable of delivering problem-solving knowledge and of sharing its expertise with other organizations. Other institutions continue benchmarking what has been going on in Chuka University, and that is something that is good for this country. And we are just asking others to try to do even better than we are doing so that we can also mark on what they are doing. We shall continue to fulfill Professor Njoka'S vision and dream of establishing a world-class university in this region. And you have heard that this is a prophetic institution, and we want to fulfill what was actually prophesied. My parting shot is that the secret to success. I know Professor Njoka didn't say this, but when I came here, I found out what was actually driving this institution. It is the fear of God. These people, all these staff who are here, they are very fearful to God. They pray in whatever they want to do. I found out even the drivers, the security men, the cleaners, they actually pray. And then when they are in the company of Professor Njoka as their vice chancellor, he always asks them, even the smallest of them, to pray. And that is something very special. And that is why God has been very, very kind to this university. And I want to ask the new acting vice chancellor to continue. Don't break that prayerful habit of our institution. Let us pray. Let us continue doing what is right at all times, and make sure that God will be on our side. As you have heard, Professor Njoka says he's moving out, and God is with him. And I don't see how he can fail when God is on his side. And I think we have all said, and I think in the elder, and you take an elder saying, we have nothing against anybody else. They are all our brothers, our sisters, our children, our parents, but we want to go for the best that we have in society. Even if you have 9 children, you will always choose one to lead. Even among the brothers of David, there were many, but God chose only David to be the king. We do the same here, and we want to say, Professor Njoka, you have been chosen, you have God with you, you go out there with determination and go and work. So it was the fear of God, the teamwork, and the unity of purpose, which has been nurtured for many years. And we are asking the incoming acting vice chancellor to actually take on board this and continue, because she's not new. I wish the incoming acting vice chancellor success and abundance of God's indispensable grace as you steer Chuka University to attain the highest milestone possible during that 10 years, even higher than what Professor Njoka has actually achieved. I want to end there and thank you for listening to my long speech. I wish everybody well. May God bless you. For those of us who come from this county, let's support our own. Let's support Professor Njoka, not because he's our friend, but because he will deliver. and we want them to go outside there and deliver. I hope you don't change, because when politicians succeed, they forget where they came from. So you go outside there and move with speed and make sure that you get it. For Madam, who is beside you, I know, you know, they say for every successful man, there is a mom who is behind, but this time she is beside him, supporting, give him all the support. If he keeps on dosing, just forgive him. If he comes very late, also forgive him, but help him to change so that he can do what is right. And also your children, we have not seen your children, but we wish them well, so that Professor can continue to do good work. When you become our governor, please, let's work together. Don't jump the legs. Let's work and make sure that this region will develop, because we are able leaders. Thank you so much. May God bless you. We shall continue.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chairman, Dr. Julius Rotich, for your remarkable words, advice to all of us, to the outgoing Vice Chancellor, incoming, and the fraternity. At this juncture now, I would like to invite our chairman again and the outgoing Vice Chancellor, incoming Vice Chancellor, to a brief ceremony here of the handing over of the instruments of the power of the university from Professor Erastus Njoka to Professor Njoka'S Isusa. Among the instruments of power, we have the university mace, we have the university seal, we also have the university emblem and logo. Now that is the charter of the
When I let you come into my heart.
And the German has Professor Grace.
When I tell everyone that you're I want the world to know I'm happy as can be.
I will have the university list. Vice Chancellor, Prof, the chairman, now, as we go back to the first Isusa, thank you, thank you. The next is the very important, the university seal. There is the university seal. Now the outgoing Vice Chancellor hands over to the chairman. And the chairman hands over the university seal to the incoming Vice Chancellor. Then finally we have the university emblem. We have the identity of the Super University. We have it over now with the chairman. And the emblem, logo. Eventually have it over to the incoming Vice Chancellor. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, let me now take this opportunity, this moment, to invite our incoming Acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Njoka'S Azusa, to give us, to present to us her acceptance speech.
Thank you very much, Professor Waita, our acting Deputy Vice Chancellor and MC for this final segment. Our chief guest, before I make my few acceptance remarks, let me convey Professor Njoka'S good wishes, well wishes from his colleagues who are not able to join him, but we invited them. We have Professor Teresa Akenga, the Vice Chancellor of University of Eldoret. Professor Muchai Mushiri, the Vice Chancellor, Karatina University. Professor Dio Chagani, Vice Chancellor, Mount Kenya University. Professor Stephen Kiama, Vice Chancellor, University of Nairobi. Professor Romanus Odhiambo, Vice Chancellor, Meru University of Science and Technology. Professor Julius Nyariki, Vice Chancellor, Murang'a University of Technology. And Professor Isaac Kosgei, Moi University. In the same breath, let me recognize the Vice Chancellors who have joined you to support you and wish you well. Professor Joseph Rotich, you can rise, Vice Chancellor of Laikipia University. Honorable Murithi, now I'm giving in no order. Katuro, MCA Karingani, rise. Dr. Shadrach Munanu, POS, Tharaka University. Professor Lawrence Mbaye Mitiwe, Judy Jege, Elders. Thank you. Edward Thomi, Registrar A&P, Tharaka University College. Gibson Wambuku, Managing Director, Ongata Works. Yes, there he is. Professor Mwenda Karangi, one more, CEO, Commission for University Education. You have seen the first charter we have exchanged, the first instrument we have exchanged here is the charter. He's the creator of the charter. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. We are looking forward to your renewing it soon. Professor Nirangu Kioni, Vice Chancellor, we already spoke a bit. Dedan Kimathi, our Deputy County Commissioner, representing our County Commissioner, Ngatuta Hirapae. Thank you. Wilfred Odhiambo, Assistant County Commissioner, Chuka. Junior Onyanja, OCPD, Meru, we appreciate you. You are the ones who keep us safe here. Thank you. Kenneth Mwangi, in charge, KCA, that is Kenya College of Accountancy, BC. Professor Isaiah Tapari Wakindiki, Vice Chancellor, Kenya College of Accountancy, University. And then we have Professor Kishoya, Vice Chancellor Kemu, Elma Sora, Police County Commandant Office. Thank you. And then our very university lawyer, Mr. Brian Otieno. Thank you. And all the other dignitaries not mentioned by name, because of time, in the interest of time, feel appreciated and most welcome. Our chief guest, Dr. Julius Rotich, who is our chairman of council, Principal Secretary, Ambassador Simon Akwesi, represented by Mr. Frederick Nabuki, our former Vice Chancellor, Professor Erastus Njoka, and Professor Veronica Nyakan, esteemed council members, our Chief Executive Officer for the Commission, University Education, Professor Mwenda Narangwi, invited Vice Chancellors present, our Principal of Tharaka University College, and Deputy Principals, the County Commissioner and her team. Exactly, we really appreciate your warm words and support that you have pledged. Principals and heads of schools present, we get our students from schools, we appreciate you. Senate and management board members, deans of faculties, our directors, chairpersons of departments and heads of departments, our dear staff and students, our contractors and suppliers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Good afternoon. I thank everybody invited for attending this function. It's a very special one, as we have heard. I thank the council for allowing this function to happen. We don't take it for granted. I wish to pay tribute to Professor Njoka in summary for building functional systems and firm foundation for this university and its satellite campuses. We have already mentioned this to him, but it's good you also hear, so he's aware. In the interest of time, we are not able to elaborate much. You have heard it all, what Professor has achieved from the speakers who have already spoken after me. It is a lot, it is great, it is pleasant. Everybody gathered here is happy to hear his great legacy. Forthwith, our council and our former Vice Chancellor have challenged us to do the following. Sustain the tempo. If we can't make it better, still, we can't against running down milestones achieved. Take great care of our valued assets, be they human, physical, tangible or intangible, and guard against complacency. 2, embrace our core values, particularly devotion to duty and teamwork. Devotion to duty and giving the best and being productive will make work enjoyable. Teamwork means we are interdependent. 3, uphold prudence since resources are limitless. They can easily be exhausted. We should stretch the little there is to achieve much. We should embrace the principle of economies of scale. Over-fragmenting will make operations and even goods and services very costly. 4, be responsible prosumers, that is, we produce before we think of consuming. We must embark on mobilizing resources before we think of spending them, and balance our income and expenditure. The Sustainable Development Goal 12 and even Alvin Toffler, who wrote in the 1980s, requires this of all of us. 5, we embrace good philosophies like being completers. When we start something, aim and purpose to finish, to complete it, and do so well. So quality will be very paramount in this case. We should thus commit to complete ongoing projects that the Vice Chancellor initiated and more, and add more once the government supports us. And I'd like to use in case once our government supports us. We expect support from the national government and even county government. Citizens pay taxes. I want to tie that. The money goes to the government. Citizens expect that money comes back to support programs that are around citizens so that they live good lives. That symbiosis will really help our country. Even when people are seeking elections votes, they'll come easily. And then finally, 6, observe fidelity to the law. This broadly requires observing the law itself, principles of good governance, leadership and integrity, as found in our Constitution, national values, national and institutional policies, regulations, rules, procedures in place. As I take over in acting capacity, my priorities will be 3-pronged. 1, project completion. 2, resource mobilization. 3, research visibility enhancement. The rest that is good, Professor and Council and stakeholders, be assured it will be sustained, including academic excellence, student enrollment growth, and overall premiership, and build on the firm foundation that Professor Njoka has laid and endeavor to make Chuka University even better for all fraternity, community, and people of goodwill to enjoy. I will serve all dedicatedly and look forward to your support, cooperation, and good prayers always. Hence, let us regard Professor Njoka as a great pioneering role model and send him out as our goodwill ambassador and champion. We wish him success and challenge him to continue remembering and supporting this university that is his brainchild. We will in turn reciprocate through technology transfer and corporate social responsibility programs and activities. I'd like to assure Professor Njoka, the Council, the government, and stakeholders that the students have pledged to maintain tranquility, studiousness, and lifelong learning. The staff members have pledged to be self-driven, to uphold your legacy, and support you in your future endeavors. The rest, we have all heard it clearly. I choose not to add or subtract anything. Therefore, the university is being left behind, motivated and optimistic. To the outside world, take cognizance of the fact that Professor Njoka is still our staff number one and alumnus number one. Nobody can tunya him. From us, we are only releasing him to go and perform more exploits in the county and country. He will always be welcome back here after his tour of duty. You have he has said he can retire even when he's 75 or 80, so he'll be welcome. Therefore, receive him and take good care of him out there. He's still our asset. He's your son. Please receive him well. Thank you, and God bless you all for your attention. Asanteni sana, asanteni. Mungu ambariki.
Thank you very much, Professor Isusa, for your acceptance speech. Now is the time for awards. I would like to call upon the alumni and the staff and students who are going to give awards and gifts to Professor Njoka to come forward so that they can present their gifts.
Congratulations and celebrations, and tell everyone that you're alive with me. Congratulations and congratulations. I want the world to know how happy yes to be. I used to do
So we have some gifts. The first gift will be presented by the university management. The first gift will be presented by the university management to our founding Vice Chancellor. University management, kindly. The second gift will come from the council. the council chair will present it.
Okay, just a minute. We would like to question and pay a question. Please unveil what is in the box so that we also celebrate it with you. Thank you. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Hey. So you can go everywhere around the globe.
The second gift will be presented by the council, the chairman of the council. He can also be accompanied by the other council members to present the gift to our founding Vice Chancellor.
Celebrate with me, clap for him. That's a thank you play. Thank you.
We have another gift. We have another gift that will be presented by the leaders of Kusu, Wasu, Kudeya. These are feelings and emotions of the members of the staff of Chuka University. They have written there what they feel about Professor, their well wishes. So we want the members of Kudeya, Kusu, and Wasu to come and present this gift, where members of the university have written what they feel about our founding Vice Chancellor. Yes, they are here coming. These are our leaders. These are our leaders in Kusu, leaders in Wasu, leaders in Kudeya. Rita is there, our founding Vice Chancellor. You will find what the staff have written, to you, the well wishes. They have put them in there. Yes, we have a cake. We have our cake. We have a cake. Jedida and the team. We have a cake. You will tell us how you want it done. As that is happening, I would like Junior Moy. Junior Moy should be here. Junior Moy should be here next to me as we are doing this. as they are preparing, we have Junior Moi, as they are preparing Junior Moi. What do you have for us?
Basi, first of all, I want to take this opportunity. Kwanza kabisa tuchukue makofi 3 ya yale ambayo mzali tuachia. Mimi ni Junior Moi, tupigie profesa. 1, 2, 3, funga, fungua. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But I don't have the written speech. I'll be very fast. Nilichelewa kidogo kwa sababu nilikuwa napita sokoni, wamama wakiniona tawala Kenya, tawala walifikiria mimi Moi. Sasa nikawa napita kule na nikasema lazima nipige kwa hii sherehe kwa sababu profesa ni rafiki wa Moi University, alifanya kazi na mzee Moi, alifanya kazi na mzee Kibaki, na amefanya kazi na Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta. Kwa hivyo nikasema Izalina. Na nilifurahia sana niliposikia kwamba sasa anasonga bila anaingia katika siasa, na mnajua Moi alikuwa profesa ya siasa. Na mimi kama Junior Moi nakwambia profesa, go for it. Na mimi utakuwa gavana wa Tharaka. Sina wasiwasi. Uweze kusaidia watu. Na nimesema kwamba sieni magogali hiyo kiti, basi tabana songa. Najua katika manapa na walio kwetu. Nilikuwa na profesa Ngura Kibana, nilikuwa na profesa Jepkoni kule Kericho, nilikuwa na profesa Nyamelo Kisumu, nilikuwa na profesa Lenyangapua, profesa of mathematics na kadhalika. Na sasa maprofesa wengi wanaenda. Sasa profesa ambaye amebaki na anayeingia sasa ni profesa huyu ambaye yuko sasa kutoka hapa Chuka, na mimi nataka uraia. Kwa hiyo na mimi nataka kumwambia profesa Babu kazi yake imekuwa safi. Nimekuwa ukienda graduation nyingi, unaambia graduates kwamba I give you powers to read and to do all that pertains with the certificate of tenure. Na mimi nataka nikwambie for free, I give you powers to be the governor of Tharaka. Nataka niulize swali kama Mr. Speaker. Sahi, will as many of these opinions say aye? Hakuna hata niulize kwa swali ya nini. Kula ndio gavana. Haya machache nasema asante sana, na sijatembea peke yangu, niko na mtu mmoja Madam Chika kiongozi. Nilete mtu mmoja atusalimie baba Injinia Raila Amolo Odinga. Haya. Profesa wa hapa Chika. Mimi nimefurahi kufika masikio leo kwa sababu ya profesa. Kwa sababu ya yeye rafiki tuko na Ramogi University. Yeye ni rafiki. Sasa kama yeye mgeni mahali mzuri unajua mimi kazi leo. Sasa profesa, kama unaweza kuja pale nitakupokea. Kwa sababu nimeambia baba tena mnaenda. Nikisema baba wacha na wacha. Lakini nasikiza profesa. Hiyo maji ilipata shida kidogo sababu ya tia kazi. Lakini watu nasema leo ule dinga na yake mbaya. Wewe yangu ni yeupe kama pamba. Ndio nilifanya handshake na Rais Kenya. Ili Kenya iweze kusonga mbele. Na tunasema kwamba tusukume gurudumu pamoja. Kwa hiyo machache, profesa anaenda kusema kwamba tuko pamoja na tuko sambamba. Mimi najua bado unaumwa. Ndio kuja kwa baba itabaki sawa. Kwa hiyo ile itabaki sawa, na mimi nitafurahi kweli. Kwa nataka niseme kwamba tunasonga mbele, na unajua kwamba tukazimia na tunafanya kazi na tunaendelea kusonga mbele. Kwa hiyo nataka kusema madam, uko mahali pazuri. Wewe umeachiwa hii kiti na hii kiti iko sawa. Na mimi nataka kusema sasa utaendelea vizuri. Kwa hiyo nataka kusema kama machache, asanteni sana, tuko kwa roadshow na mimi siendi mpaka profesa kadii kiti. Kwa hiyo machache nasema asante sana Mungu awabariki. Thank you very much.
Makofi. Asante sana Junior Boy. Asante sana. Wandera, take it over.
Thank you.
Daniel Wandera, take it over. Some time.
Our chief guest, Dr. Julius Rotich, from the council, all protocol observed. Good afternoon. My name is Daniel Wandera. I'm the branch secretary of Kenya University Union, Sugar University branch, and I really want to appreciate this afternoon Professor Njoka. Let me tell you in 1 minute, the first time I encountered him, it was 10 years ago during my interview. I had written on my CV that I can see, apart from being an accountant, he's a man who is thorough. Trust me, believe me, he told me to stand and sing. During my interview, he told me to understand and sing national anthem. So Professor Njoka, as we release you, we hope that Tharaka Nithi will celebrate this man. And we wish you the blessings of God. That as you go with the blessings of God. We will stand beside you, we will go with you, and victory. And trust me, he has never lost. I have sung him and he always he has never lost. And we believe he's never going to lose. And his victory is our victory. I would like to advise wherever you are, the Kusu family to stand up. This meeting is for us. Kusu, if you are a member of Kusu, just be outstanding. The cake is written 17 years of development. 17 years of development. Wish you well, Professor Erastus Njoka Kusu. And I would like to welcome our mom just to come together with the professor and the chairman of the council and our incoming active vice chancellor, Professor Dorcas Susa. I'm standing here, these are the leaders of the union, able men and women, very diplomatic. We would like to share this cake. Professors, we celebrate you today. Yeah, I would like you to come together with Mom. Please. Let us hear.
What Professor to say our incoming Vice Chancellor. Thank you. Thank you very much. What am I going to do? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Professor. Thank you so much.